Yes, people, good morning. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Blatant Red TV. It's your boy Mike's on this Monday morning, man. I don't even know why I'm smiling, to be honest, man, because it's Monday, man. I know we have to be grateful because we're alive. You know, the big man upstairs woke us up this morning, so we have to be grateful first and foremost for that. But it's Monday, man, and Mondays are just, it's just back to the reality, man. Back to when that alarm goes off this morning, you're just like, I mean, some people are not like that. Some people wake up and they're happy it's a Monday to be going back to work and things like that. Then you get some people like myself that's not really like a morning person like that. And especially a Monday morning person, man, when you've got to go back to the reality of life, innit? That I'm not rich yet, and until I get rich, my time is always going to be someone else's time, and it's crazy. But yeah, people, let's not be depressed and let's not start off depressed because, Liverpool fans, firstly, this is the wrap-up show, innit? The next day wrap. But yeah, people, this is where we come together and we talk about some of the big results from the weekend, and we talk about some of the other results that happened over the weekend, mainly to do with our rivals. But technically, we only had two rivals, Arsenal and Man City. Arsenal, yeah, I guess they're still in it slyly. Man City, 11 points, innit? That's all I'm going to say, innit? I think that's a bit too much for Man City, and the fact that they're not even playing well. Like, this is not the Man City team that we're accustomed to, people, man. This ain't. What better place than to start with than the Liverpool-Man City result? Liverpool 2-0 winners. Liverpool now 11 points clear of Manchester City, 9 clear of Arsenal, because Arsenal did play before us away to West Ham, which they won 5-2, but we'll get into that a bit later. This is obviously Liverpool segment. So yeah, Liverpool, top of the table, man. Top of the table. I mean, it's only fair. Like, you know what? It's that, It's like I have to keep saying to myself, and the Liverpool fans, we have to keep saying to ourselves, of course, it's exciting. It's crazy to be in the position that we're in, because no one expected Slot, even the team. Like, we know that we knew that we had a good team, because last season we obviously, in Klopp's last year, was challenging for the league up until a certain point, where we obviously just fell off after some shocking results. I think we lost to Everton, and then there was a few draws in there as well that kind of like just dented our title hopes, innit? But you have to remember, for a good large chunk of last season, we was top of the table and basically in a title race. So we knew that this team was capable of going on or challenging, innit? But we didn't think that Slot will come in and basically just the transition would be so smooth in a sense. We all thought that probably would take a while for us to get going. It's a new manager, it's a new system or tactics that he likes to play. The fact that a lot of our main 11, our main starters, were all coming back late from the Euros and things like that. So there was only a few players that kind of got a decent pre-season under Slot, you know what I mean? But the players that came back late from Euros and whatnot, it's they came in and obviously understood the mission. They understood the mission. They obviously kind of got up to speed with what Slot wants from them. And you're starting to see the results now, people. But it's just, it is still early. It's only 13 games in. But to be 11 points clear of the champions and 9 clear of obviously our nearest other challengers, Arsenal, it's a decent cushion to have, people, man. It's a decent cushion to have, because, all right, there is the factor of if Arsenal play before us and if they win their game, then they obviously bring it back down to 6, and then it's pressure on us to make sure that we obviously take it back up to 9 points. But Arsenal still need Liverpool to lose at least 4 games, and then they need to obviously continue winning all their games for them to even get back in this thing. But it's just like, yo, even yesterday's game, it's just the way this team is just performing. I do believe that Slot's tactics are just working because the players, like I said, are no longer pressing mad. There's no longer like spaces being left in the team, like, because with Klopp there was always that us attacking will always left us vulnerable at the back. There was spaces to attack. With this Slot team, it's like even if there is space that starts to obviously be created that allows the opposition team to kind of get into positions to attack us, it's like we get back behind the ball and get back into shape so quickly that it frustrates the opposition team. Even the fact that, we take our time passing out from the back now is becoming like a frustration. All right, sometimes it is a bit too slow. Like, for instance, look at the situation that happened yesterday where Van Dijk was obviously taking mad time on the ball, and then in the end, like, tried to Cruyff turn Kevin De Bruyne, didn't come off, and then Kevin De Bruyne was through. And it's how I felt as well in the Real Madrid team, the Real Madrid game, where everything was just moving slow. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just, the tempo wasn't there, all of the above, like. But sometimes, obviously, it being slowed down it works. Do you know what I mean? It works. But yeah, people, man, to be in the position that Liverpool's in, like I said in my match reaction yesterday, we can only just enjoy the ride, people, man, because, like I said, these people they're waiting for us. The Wolves are waiting for us to slip up. Like, they can't. No one can't believe that this team ain't lost, and obviously they're still thinking that there's no way this team can go on to just keep winning. Like, our next games this week, obviously we got Newcastle, I think, on Wednesday away. Tough game. But Newcastle were on a bit of like a weird run in a sense. Like, they're not really. They lost 2-0 to West Ham, and then they drew against Palace on the weekend. So I don't fear going up to Newcastle. Obviously, it is a tough place to go, but I don't fear it, innit? You know what I mean? And then we got the Merseyside derby on the weekend. Like, again, Everton just got spanked yesterday 4-0 by United. But again, derbies, the form goes out the window on derbies, you know what I mean? Because we lost there last season. Was it a 2-0 loss we lost? Yeah, Everton last season. So we slightly need to go there and get revenge, man. So, but for now, it's just, it's I wouldn't say it's weird for us to be in the position that we're in, but it's still surreal, like, especially in Slot's first season, to be where we are, to be playing the football that we're playing, to be so dominant in matches, like, even just the little tactical switches that he's doing by playing Diaz through the middle. Like, it's just the fact here that Slot's come in and raised a lot of man's games that wasn't really, like, performing that great under Klopp. Like Gravenberch, Curtis Jones, who else? Like, just the way Virgil, Ibu. Ibu used to be mad injury prone. All right, he's injured now, but it's just the fact that this guy is just, yeah, man, he's just raised a lot of players' games that extra notch. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's just, it's beautiful, man. And it's like I said, long may it continue, man. Long may Liverpool continue to be top of the table, continuing to prove these doubters wrong, even myself. Because it's like every game that these men win, every game these men play, I just get more and more just surprised at how well we're playing, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, Liverpool, big win, big statement victory. That's what I believe that was. Yes, that was a statement win. And now I know now we've got to go to the Etihad next year to get a result there, which is obviously going to be tough because Man City are going to want revenge. But it's just, yo, it's a beautiful feeling, man. Like I said, man, it's a beautiful feeling. And it's just that now. What's the possibilities for this Liverpool team? What can this Liverpool team achieve this year? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Are we talking a Premier League and a Champions League? Because we're top of the Champions League table too. And right now, we're the team that probably no one don't want to face in Europe right now. So it's that. We got a Carabao Cup quarterfinals coming up with Southampton soon this month. We're the holders of that, and then obviously January, you know, the FA Cup starts. Then we've got the transfer window looming as well. So hopefully there's some business that can get done, because we're in a position of power right now, and the board need to act from this position of power that we're in by signing a couple players that can get us over the line. Do you know what I mean? Just to basically make sure that, you know, this form that we're in and the title charge that we're on doesn't like just peter out at some point, because these men don't want to basically dip into the you know, the cash and get some players in. But we'll see anyway, man. Like I said, we'll see. But yeah, people, man, that was Liverpool. Let's move on to City, because like I said, City was the team we played. And man, don't know what's going on for this team. I don't know what's going on for City, where a lot of people are talking about it could be just down to the fact that, you know, they've won how many titles on the spin, the fact that they've played a lot of games. I know people are saying, yo, Rodri being missing, but you can't put it down to just one player, man. Like, I understand Rodri is the Ballon d'Or winner. He's a, you know, one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. But one player, you lot losing one player, and then all the wheels fall off. Like, that's just mad to me, bro, man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that could be a factor. I'm hearing people saying, you know, that he's got a lot of old men in the team, like Kyle Walker, you know, the players that used to be on stuff, you know, all the previous seasons, like Bernardo Silva. He hasn't scored. Phil Foden, what is going on for Phil Foden? Because if I was a Man City supporter right now, man, I'll be like looking at Foden and thinking, what is going on? I don't know what's going on for Foden, man. Foden hasn't even scored a goal this season in the Premier League, and that's not like him. Usually by this stage of the season, Foden's usually on like 6-7 Premier League goals, bruv. Like, it's crazy. Like, you look at their team, they sold that Julian Alvarez guy in the summer, innit? They didn't replace him. Their only reliance on goals comes from Haaland. If Haaland doesn't score, then where does the goals come from? Because Bernardo Silva's not scoring, Foden's not scoring. I know the goals usually come from them, but if them lot ain't scoring, then you got injuries like to Rodri. Then he dropped Ederson yesterday. Like, why did he drop Ederson? Like, Ederson's your number one, but you dropped him because of what? What was it? Because of his performance in the Champions League against Feyenoord. Like, I know that obviously, yeah, they threw away a 3-goal lead, but still, man, you play your best player, innit? I don't know if my man and him had an argument. That's why Ederson got dropped. But that was like a bit of a shock. Like, I know they got Ruben Diaz back from injury, but he's just come back, innit? So he's not going to really be up to speed like that. But you can see, like, his leadership qualities on the pitch, like Ruben Diaz. That's one thing I would say. Kyle Walker, he's burnt out now, man. Kyle Walker, man. Like, the guy's been bombing up and down that wing for how many years or how many seasons for them? You know what I mean? The guy's 33. Kyle Walker just looks like he's past it, man, to be honest. And then obviously they got the court situation hanging over their head, the 115 charges. At first, I think there was like a bit of like a confusion with Pep. They didn't know if he was gonna sign or what, but Pep signed that. Do you know what I mean? He signed. Is it a good thing that he signed? Yeah, for them maybe. For the league, yeah, I don't mind it, because, you know, it's competition, innit? You want the best managers in your league, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? You want to be competing with the best of the best. So when everyone's saying, oh, God, man, Pep, you know, staying for another 2 years and that, bro, I'm not one of them fans that sitting there happy there or sitting there just, you know, what's the word? Not happy, should I say? I'm not sitting here, like, in a sense, upset that he's decided to stay another 2 years. Like I said, I'm happy about that, man. You want the best managers in your league. You want to be competing with the best, innit? But I don't know what's going on for City, man. But all I know is something's not right, and they need to sort it out quick, because they're outside the top 4 now, and that's weird. Looking at the table, you're seeing Manchester City in 5th, you know. Brighton are 4th in the table right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, they're 2 points behind Arsenal. It's mad for City, man, because they can't keep winning it every year, man. They can't. And like I said, that's another thing. For them to keep up with this type of, like, intensity, eventually it's probably gonna, like, yeah, come to its head, innit? And I think this season is just, yeah, it's that. They can't keep up the same intensity every season, innit? Do you know what I mean? Even though, like, they're supposed to, because it is their league. They have been the most dominant team over the last how many seasons, but it is hard, people, to keep that up every year. And I think this is their year where, yeah, it's just ran its course, and the players, yeah, man, are struggling. Let's move on to Arsenal now. Arsenal 5-2 winners against West Ham. I think West Ham, they're just up and down there. How can you had a good victory away to Newcastle and then you get pammed at home by Arsenal? Like, don't get twisted. Like, I watched some of the game and Arsenal did play, like, you know, good, innit? You can see how much Ødegaard just makes that team tick, man. It's like they wasn't performing well, and then they get Ødegaard back, and it's now them man are just started to string together wins. And I guess these wins are finally, like, well, not I wouldn't say finally, but they're definitely giving Arsenal fans, you know, a bit of hope in it that, okay, we're starting to win games, because Arsenal was on a little barren spell where they hadn't won any games, but I think that's 3 on the bounce now that they've won. You know what I'm trying to say? And obviously they're just there praying for Liverpool to drop points. Like, of course they was watching this game yesterday, Arsenal fans, but they wanted Man City to win. Just know that. They wanted Man City to win, so it gives them that little bit of hope that they're going to get back in this thing, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? And that's all Arsenal can do now. They're literally just in a position of hope. They're just hoping that Liverpool, whatever team, like for instance Newcastle midweek, they're hoping Newcastle make us drop points. Because every point that Liverpool drops is like light at the end of the tunnel for Arsenal supporters, that they can get back into this title race. But yeah, man, 5-2 win. You can't knock the performance. West Ham was shocking, to be honest, man. Do you know what I mean? Obviously they scored a good free kick though from that Emerson guy. West Ham did. That was a dope free kick, man. Trust me, the technique, the way he just hit that. But it's just, yeah, man, Arsenal, they just needed to get back to winning ways, and that's what they're doing, to be honest, innit? And they got a couple favourable games. I think, like, I saw the Arsenal fixtures. They got, like, a lot of London games coming up, their next few fixtures, so they don't really have to do major travelling. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think they got to go Man United midweek, Manchester, and then they come back down again for the weekend game against Fulham. So it's a London game, do you know what I mean? So I'm not too sure about the Man United game for Arsenal, because they got Ruben Amorim in now. It's that new manager. Obviously, you can see in Man United's performances that they're starting to turn a little bit of a corner as well. So I don't think that's going to be an easy game for Arsenal as they think it is. Do you know what I mean? So just know, Liverpool fans, we're going to be watching that game to see Arsenal drop. Because if Arsenal drop any more points, it's going to be bleak for them. If they lose and then they end up going, what's that? 12 points behind Liverpool. If Liverpool do end up beating Newcastle or something like that, then even that's a tall order for them, man, as well, man. So Arsenal just have to keep winning, bruv, and not drop any more points, because the second they drop a point, a draw, a loss, and Liverpool win, then this title's done, bruv. Like, I think that's when I'm like, I'm not saying obviously right now, as much as I want to say that Liverpool are going to win this league, it is still early, people, yes. But the more Man City drop points, the more Arsenal drop points, the more I'm going to be saying, yeah, this is Liverpool's title. So like I said, man, Arsenal need to be ready, bro, because come Wednesday or Tuesday, whenever it is you guys play Manchester United, you lot better win. You lot better win, because if you don't, it's peak for you, man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's peak. But yeah, man, either way, good result for Arsenal. Getting back to winning ways. And then now, yeah, look, you lot are second in the table. You lot are our nearest challengers now, man. It's no longer, you lot are no longer chasing Man City. Man City chasing you guys now. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, people, man, I don't like to talk about United, but we have to talk about United, because yeah, the Ruben Amorim factor is starting to look like it's working. These man have been on the upturn lately. They got a win in the Europa League midweek game. They got a draw against, what team did they face? Was it Leicester that they faced? I can't remember what team they faced, and they got a draw before the Champions League game. No, sorry, before the Europa League game. I can't remember, man. But then they played Everton on the weekend and they battered them 4-0. So it looks like Ruben Amorim is starting to get these men ticking over. Their player Xerxes, he scored a brace. Rashford scored 2 goals. So Rashford looking to get his form back. And this is what I'm trying to say, people. It's like, again, Rashford's form under Ten Hag was shocking. Look, new managers coming in, playing to his strengths or whatever, or just playing to the play, like most of the players' strengths in a sense. I don't know, attacking open football in a sense. And you're starting to see the difference, man. You're starting to see the difference. Like me first, I don't want to see United getting better or even coming back into, because like I said, man, even though they're playing crap United and they have been for a while under Ten Hag and whatnot, they're still Man United, man. They're still that team that, regardless, innit, they can still pull in players, even though they haven't been playing, even though they haven't been the Man United of old, that team that's been dominant, but somehow these men can still attract good name players. Obviously, we know that them man, they throw wages at people and all of that jazz. That's one thing that I say United have over Liverpool, is that their spending power is a bit mad. They can offer big wages and, you know, they can still outspend a lot of teams, innit? If they start winning games and the United start challenging again, they can become that irritating team again. Like, you know, like instead of it being Liverpool, Man City and Arsenal challenging, and you throw United into the mix. Even Chelsea look like they're starting to like click, bruv. Like they turned over Aston Villa 2-0. And it's that, even though like they're still way off, I think they're like 9 points behind Liverpool too, but it's like we've got to like Liverpool, and I know this, I was just talking about United and I've gone back to Liverpool now, but I'm just saying, it's that Liverpool just need to maintain, they just need to maintain this distance that they have between Arsenal and Chelsea. They need to, because any slip up, you're gonna allow them two teams to get that type of like that hope. And you don't want it to be like, rah, two teams that you're trying to like keep away from, man. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, people, man. We need to keep winning, Liverpool, man. We need to keep winning, because Chelsea, they're looking stronger. Every game they play, they're looking stronger. Arsenal, now they got Ødegaard back and some of their, you know, defenders, some people that was obviously injured, they're looking stronger. So we got to be prepared, man. We got to stay on our Dean. We got to stay serious. We got to stay prepared, man. And not let these men get any closer to us, like, do you know what I mean, people? Is there anything else that we need to talk about? Anything else that we need to touch on? Alright, as you know, innit, it's that period now. We're in December, people. This is when the games start coming thick and fast, man. This is when the points are up for grab, man. It's that time. It's that time. So, yeah, people, man. It's a big December for every club who's basically wanting to achieve something this season. Let the battle commence, man. That's all I'm going to say, innit? Let the battle commence. But, yeah, people, that was the next day wrap-up. Catch me, I think, tomorrow for the preview for Newcastle away. Everyone have a good productive week, or good productive Monday, should I say. It's Blatant Red TV. It's your boy Max. Peace.